Yewww. G'day crew, I'm Oscar Pelazon and welcome to another episode of Tube Time Tuesday. I'm here at Hotel Commune, that's Karamis out the back. It's a bit of a murky day, not a lot going on in the swell. Pretty humid, but I thought rather than go out for a surf in there and hang out in that boardroom and pretty much not do a lot, and there's not much going on, thought I'd join you in the boardroom here on the shore and talk to you today about something that I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship over the years, and that's competitor analysis. Let me be straight with you. I don't normally do this stuff with my clients. I'm not really a fan of spending too much time looking at what everyone else is doing. I think way too many business owners waste energy comparing themselves to their competition. They get sucked into being reactive. The decision making is reactive. They're trying to outdo or outmax someone else's offer or marketing or pricing. And what typically ends up happening? Well, everyone comes to the middle, right? Everyone starts looking and sounding the same. No one stands out, and you end up in a race to the bottom. So before we dive into the why of competitor analysis, let's be clear on one thing. The goal is not to mimic, copy, or chase your competitors. The goal is to understand and use that understanding, using that knowledge for the good and betterment of your business. So why bother looking at your competitors at all? Because in the real world, whether you like it or not, you're going to be bumping up against them every day. You're not operating in a vacuum. Whether it's sales, marketing, or hiring talent, there's always someone else trying to solve the same problem for the same clients as you. So instead of ignoring them completely or obsessing over them, we want to take stock, just like a good strategic planning session, which is what I'm doing here with a bunch of great small business owners at Hotel Commune at the moment. So firstly, identify who you're competing against consistently. This isn't about Googling who else does what I do or spiraling into an Instagram comparison hole. This is about data from the market, understanding who do your clients say they were also considering before they chose you. That's your real competition, not the person who's loudest online. 2, understand their strengths and weaknesses. Once you know who you're up against, you want to look at what are they doing well? Where are they letting their clients down? How do they position themselves? Are they consistent? You're not doing this to play copycat. You're doing this to position yourself smarter. If you know what they do well, you can acknowledge it. But more importantly, if you know where they fall short, you can fill the gap with your strengths. Thirdly, define and double down on what makes you different. This is where most people stuff it up. They focus so much on what competitors are doing, they forget what makes them unique. So let me be clear. You don't want to be similar. You don't win by being similar. You win by being different, valuable, and compelling. What do your clients love about you? What do you offer that no one else does? That's your edge. Don't dilute it by trying to keep up with what everyone else is doing. Monitor who's copying you. Now here's a cheeky one. Keep an eye on who's suddenly borrowing from your playbook. If people are starting to sound like you, look like you, or offer a version of your secret sauce, it's not a bad thing. It's actually quite flattering. It's confirmation you're on the right track. But also, it's your cue to innovate again. Stay ahead of the curve. Because remember, being copied while flattering means you're on the mark and you're leading the game. Own that. So look, I still believe the most important thing in business is knowing who you are and staying in your lane and being true to yourself. But you'd be naive to not keep an eye on what the others are doing. Competitors analysis, done right, isn't about panic. It's about positioning. It's about strategy. And it's about knowing exactly how and why you're going to win. Because in the end, the goal isn't to be the same, it's to be different, more valuable, and more compelling. And ultimately, more trusted, which means being more you. That's it from me today. I'll catch you next week for another episode of Tube Time Tuesdays. Happy days.
Yewww.